said, empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. Now, you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle.
YouTube salute. Shout out to my subscriber, Benjamin Carlson out of Minnesota. He donated to the channel. Appreciate you, family. And he requested Atmosphere became via PayPal. If you'd like to support and donate to the channel, I have Patreon. Check out the Patreon below. Press to join and go over to that. Venmo, CashApp, PayPal, stream out, but you can also donate to help the channel grow. I appreciate all the love and support. But let's get into this Became by Atmosphere video.
It's no surprise, I overslept. Put my boots on and climbed out my tent. I didn't see you, assumed you were sleeping. Immediately start a fire cause it's freezing. I can't believe we went camping in the cold. I'm in the wilderness standing in some snow. A late start, but we can still catch up. You need to wake up, we should eat and then pack up. It's when I noticed your footprints. The snow's fresh, and those have been put since. What, you already up, making the rounds? So where you at now, you laid back down? The breeze came and it stalled out the flame while I went to your tent and called out your name. You didn't answer, so I opened up the flap. It's just an empty sleeping bag and your backpack.
Okay, let's break down the first two verses. So he says, no surprise, I overslept. So put my boots on and climb out the tent. So he was getting up and getting his day started. He didn't assume that the person was sleeping. He can't believe they was out camping in the middle of nowhere and it was cold as hell outside, being in the wilderness. When we get into verse 2, did he notice that the footprints of the person he's talking about, he saw their footprints in the snow and they was already making their rounds of what they was doing. So he was trying to figure out, did they lay back down or not? And at the same time, that person didn't answer to their response. Like he asked what was going on. They're not talking to them. So he opened up the flat part of the tent and all he saw was an empty sleeping bag and backpack. So he like, hey, something's not right. Continue on.
I'm looking at your tracks and you took a couple laps round the campground and hoofed down the path. I figure you'll return, no concern. I'ma hold put and try to make this cold wood burn. The wind is blowing strong, minutes rolling on. It's going on at least a half an hour you've been gone. It ain't right, start the paranoia. I left the campsite to go and search for you. I read the trail your feet made. Each step was deliberately placed. It looks like you know where it leads, but I see nothing but leafless, frozen trees. About a quarter mile into the course, and another set of tracks appeared next to yours. From the north, it came out of the thick woods, and those footprints belonged to a big wolf.
Okay, let's break down verse 3 and 4. So in verse 3, he's talking about, he's looking at the person's tracks in the snow, and he realized they went a couple of laps. They'd been walking for a minute. So making his way around the campground, he noticed that they try to make the cold wood outside light. They try to actually burn it so they can keep some heat going. But he noticed that in a half an hour, that person be gone. So going into verse 4, he know that he was actually feeling some type of, he was feeling very uncomfortable, very paranoid, like, okay, something's not right. He's scared, like, you know, I'm petrified. So he left the campsite and went to go search for the person he's talking about. He's following the trail. And at the same time, throughout maybe a quarter of a mile into the course he's looking at, he see another track appear next to the person he's talking about. So now there's two sets of footprints. And when he went north and came into like the different parts of the woods, he saw those footprints belong to a big bad wolf. Let's break down the next verses.
Trying to find service on my cell phone. I felt alright with my knife on my belt though. I hope the wolf is intimidated by you. I wondered if you even knew it was behind you. stalking you, maybe watching you, waiting for the opportunity to hop on top of you, salivating, wanna take you to the stomach. In the cartoons you would've turned into a drumstick. And it gets about as bad as it goes, cause I noticed there's a new set of tracks in the snow. I understood, it doesn't look good. Your fan club doubled, now you got another wolf. And the odds are in favor of the home team. Why'd you walk off all alone? Where are you going? It ain't the right time to complain, but it feels like I'm trying to find your remains, your footprints.
Okay, y'all, so verse 5 and 6. So his service on his cell phone is not working right now. So he has a knife on his belt, and he hopes that the wolf is going to be intimidated by his presence. So moving forward, he's searching for the person still. He's wondering what's going on. So he's looking to think like, hope this person ain't dead. I hope I don't get killed also. But going into verse 6, he talks about it gets about as bad as it goes, because I know that there's a new set of tracks in the snow. So now he sees that it's more tracks. It's more and more tracks every time he's moving forward. He doesn't understand why this person walked off alone, and at the same time, what's going on? Like the remains of this person, like what the hell is happening? Like if I'm in some type of horror movie, keep going.
Grew further apart, I knew what that meant, and it was hurting my heart. It means you started to run, so I did the same. Now my breath's looking like a steam engine train, and suddenly your tracks dip off of the path, and so did theirs. So my knife I grabbed into the forest. Expect the worst, adrenaline burst, disturbed the nerves. 50 yards into the woods and brush, it got so thick that it looked like dusk. The air stood serene, sober, seemed like a good 15 degrees colder. And I'll admit, hell yeah, I felt fear. The sound of my heartbeat was all I could hear. Looking at the snow, it was plain and clear. There was a third set of wolf prints where yours disappeared.
Okay, y'all, so in verse 7, verse 8, so he knew that the footprints was going different directions. And at that time, while it's going different directions, he noticed that the tracks dipped off on a different path. And so he had his knife in his hand. So his adrenaline is actually at a high right now. So moving forward in 50 yards, he also sees that the temperature is getting colder. The degrees is actually dropping, and his heart is pounding, and he's in fear because he don't know what's going to happen. And he thinking like, damn, did this person actually get killed by a wolf or a bear or something? Let's keep going.
Can't process, I don't follow. It'd be easier to believe that you were swallowed, but no sign of death, no sign of struggle, no signs of blood, no signs of trouble. And the wolves never stopped, the tracks kept going, and I took off. So I don't know how your story ends, but I know I'll never go into those woods again. It's not that
Okay, so verse 9, he said, I can't process, I don't follow. It will be easier for me to believe that you were swallowed with no sign of death, no sign of struggle. So there's no evidence being left to say, how did this person die, get killed, which is actually making his mind go crazy right now. And the woods never stopped. The tracks kept going. So the other footprints just kept going. So he's like, I'm not going that route because I don't want to get killed myself. I don't know how your story ends, but I know I'll never go into the woods again. He feels like I'm not trying to get killed because if I go back into the woods, I might not make it out. So let's get into this course.
Magic, it's not a shame. You're not the hunted, you're not the aim. You just another dog with hunger pains. I was so afraid that you'd become the game, I forgot to worry about what you became. You're not the hunted, you're not the aim. You just another dog with hunger pains. I was so afraid that you'd become the game. It's not that tragic, it's not a shame. You're not the hunted, you're not the aim. You just another dog with hunger pains. I was so afraid that you'd become the game, I forgot to worry about what you became.
All right, y'all. So this story is an allegory of two friends who go camping. So it's more of like an extended metaphor representing a tale of someone trying to find someone while they're going camping, and that person stranded off. So that's what he's talking about here. So it's an allegory, you know. So it's actually a great storyline and how he breaks it down. So that's one thing I like about Atmosphere. He tells great stories. He has great allegories. So you got to give him props for that. So shout out to shout out to Allegory. Shout out to Atmosphere for always showing new signs and new things of what to do. Of it's to be an artist, especially a hip hop rap artist, to have that creativity and a creative mind to talk about something like this. It takes great patience, and you have to be a great storyteller. That's like you have people like that write certain horror movies, like Stephen King. You know, he has a great mind. So shout out to Atmosphere. Thank you so much, Benjamin. Again, post your comments below. Smash Black Panther the like button. Subscribe to my channel. Click the bell icon to be notified when I upload new content and go live. If you'd like to support and donate to the channel, I have Venmo, CashApp, PayPal, Streamlabs. Everything's in the description, and Patreon now. You can also share the videos on social media platforms. Till next time, peace.